YouTube fam, what's going on today? It is AJ, the average gamer 714 across all these platforms. Listen, we got some NASCAR 25 to talk about. So, question of the day: is NASCAR 25 worth buying? Should you put money into NASCAR 25? Well, I am glad you asked, YouTube. Let's talk about it. Now, is NASCAR 25 worth buying? Obviously, this is a very subjective question. All I'm gonna do, we're just gonna sit here on the main screen in the game. We'll just kind of watch everything as it goes by, but we'll just discuss a couple of the main selling points that I like about the game so far, a couple of things that I wish were in the game, and whether or not I think it's worth the $60 base price. So, the good things right off the bat, the driving physics. The driving physics in this game are superb. Okay, it doesn't matter if you're in the ARCA series, the Truck series, the Xfinity series, or the Cup series. Every series drives different from each other. The Cup series is hard and rigid, and you can really feel the racetrack under the car. The Xfinity series, it definitely has that horsepower that the old Cup cars used to have, so that's amazing. The truck series is just all around loose to drive if you're doing custom setups. I mean, the truck is just loose. And then you have the ARCA cars, which is very safe. It's very neutral. It's very stable. It's a very good series to get into to start racing in, right? You could jump into any series, and uh, on the default setup, you can have fun on any track in any car, right? And then you could really dive into the custom setups and really get after it. Really get after it. I mean, you could go endless. I think you could do 6 custom setups per track per series. Insane amounts of custom setups there. And you could do those custom setups online too. So if you get a good group of online guys to do custom setup races with, even better, right? Even better. Um, to kind of piggyback onto that, the career mode. I think that the career mode, while it can be a little bit deeper, and we'll talk about that later, I think that the career mode is good enough on a year one release that it has enough playability that if you like, for instance, I'm in like week 6 of the truck series. The week 6 of the truck series, things are getting really expensive, and it's going to be hard to manage that money for upgrades, right? And I mean, the Xfinity series is just going to be more expensive, and the Cup series is just going to be more expensive. It's definitely got that Heat 5 esque going on, with the upgradability paths and your sponsorship paths and things like that. But you start with level 1 and you upgrade to your max level, and you can really crank up the AI difficulty to just really get after it in the career mode, and I like that a lot. And for that, number 3 would be the customizations. I mean, we'll go ahead and just take a quick look at the optimization or the customizations here. I mean, you got so many things that you could set just in the gameplay with full damage. You could, player tire wear rate and grip fall off. Stages, quick qualify, full qualify. For the driving, you can take your driving aids off. You could turn them on a little bit to help you. You could really affect how your car drives just in these 2 settings. And then the AI. I mean, the AI, what a job iRacing did with the AI in this game. Because the amount of things that you can customize in this screen to make it as difficult or as easy to drive as you want. So if you're someone who's just jumping into this game for the first time, you could leave these all set to 50 and have a blast. I mean, you could turn up the difficulty and then start tweaking these to your liking. You can start making it more difficult, more difficult, more difficult, and have an absolute party all the time. I mean, I'm still tweaking some of these when I'm doing non-career mode races. I just upped the AI difficulty going into the truck series in my career mode. The more that I mess with custom setups and I understand how to tune them, I'm gonna move this up again. I'm gonna shoot for a 103, 104 in career mode. It's gonna be absolutely insane to drive the career mode with custom setups at 105 difficulty. It's gonna be crazy. And then with your controls, right? You have quite a bit of freedom here as well, because you can get into this advanced controls. You can either set it to normal and just play it safe, or precision and get a little bit more faster reactions out of your controller if that's what you're using, or you can go custom and you could really mess with your tunings here. Like me, I like to be able to use the throttle and the brake to steer my car, right? And so that's why I have, my throttles and my braking. Well, hold on. I got to not save this and go back in so I can show you. Um, I have my throttles and my brakes set up so that it's really kind of sensitive, but I have the full range of motion for my triggers. And then I have a slightly slower steering so that my steering input is nice and smooth, and I could use the brakes and the throttle to steer my car. Like they did such a good job with the physics and such a good job with the AI that the replayability in offline mode is fun. It is really really fun. And then, like I said, online, if you get a good group of dudes, you could race after race and have an absolute blast, right? Let's talk about some of the shortfalls. There's a couple of things that I wouldn't consider deal breakers. I don't think you should either. If you're on the Series S, I hope you can upgrade to a Series X, or if you have a PC, buy it on PC when it comes out. There's some optimization issues right now with the Series S, which I'm experiencing, where if I have the mirror on, I have frame rate drop. If I'm inside the cockpit, even with the mirror off, I have frame rate drop. So there's just a couple optimization issues there with the Series S. As far as I know, it's not really a problem on the PlayStation side, whether you have the PlayStation 5 standard or the Pro. So the Series S, slight optimization problems. Unless you're a guy like me who can who's not really that affected by driving without the mirror, not a big deal. As far as I know, they are trying to push out a patch for that though, so there is that. Couple of small things. Not being able to race for a team in career mode. Some people think that this is a deal breaker. I myself don't really think it's that big of a deal breaker. I like racing for my own team. I like that upgradability path. I don't like just, driving a top tier ride and then using that money to just upgrade all my other stuff. Like, I like the struggle at the beginning of the series, right? So, I mean, that's just kind of my opinion on that. I know some people are kind of bummed that you can't, race your way into the Cup Series and race as the 24 or the 48 or, the 16 or the 60 or whoever. And I understand that. I understand for some people that's, an immersion breaker, not a deal breaker, but an immersion breaker. Um, but I think that another thing that they can implement into the career mode that's not there is right now, if you go and buy your upgrades, it's just level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so on and so forth. I think if they did something a little bit similar to how F1 does their deal, where you have to develop certain parts of your shop to be able to then get those level parts, I think that would be really cool. But also for a year one game, I think that there's enough there in the career mode for it to be, replayable. Um, but year two, I hope that they focus on taking that next step so that you can have that really deep immersion. Being able to buy shop space to then put shock dynos in there and then engine dynos and all this other stuff. Even though NASCAR in real life is more spec parts now, but just for the immersion, being able to wind tunnels and chassis shakedown machines, things like that. Being able to field a second car and a teammate, that would be super cool. Even if it's not a real life driver and it's just like a teammate that like you can also spend development points on to like develop them into a better driver. Super cool. That'd be super cool. Unfortunately, not in this title, which again, not a deal breaker for somebody like me. Um, there's no burnouts. That is something that is unfortunate in a year one title, and there's no replays. No replays. Again, for me, these are some things that I understand that for people that are really, really deep into content creation, having those caution replays that you can grab screenshots and grab that live, so that when you go back and do your editing, you don't have to go back and watch the entire race replay just to get the caution in there. Um, but these are all things that they have a good core of the game down, right? So as we talk about, the things that aren't there in the game, I think that they're severely outweighed by the good things that are in the game. The great physics, the fact that all four series handle completely different from each other. Um, the fact that you could really tune the AI to be super, super difficult and competitive, or super relaxed that you could just jump on and have a good time without diving into setups and all that stuff. I think that there's a lot here for everybody, whether you're sit on the couch on a 70-inch TV and just relax, versus someone like me who's trying to do content creation and really go hardcore into the career mode. I think that iRacing did a very good job to try to fit everybody in the game. So that brings us to the final question: is NASCAR 25 worth buying? I think the short answer there is yes, with the caveat of Xbox Series S. They need some better optimization updates. They've already pushed out two, but they need a little bit more. One thing I forgot to mention: they also already updated the night lighting, because the night lighting was terrible at launch. They fixed that for the most part. Could be better at some tracks, but still way better than what it was on launch day. Um, so the short and sweet of it, yes, it is. I think that no matter, especially on PC, the added graphics settings that you'll have on PC, I think it's a no brainer. I really do. PlayStation 5, PlayStation 5 Pro, and Xbox Series X, I think it's a no brainer. I think you'll have a ton of fun on it. I think the only caveat there is the Series S, just because of the optimization issues, and that's what I got sitting right there at the edge of the screen. So, listen, guys, drop your comments down below. Let me know what you are feeling about NASCAR 25 so far. For those of you that have played it, do you love it? Do you hate it? Are you in the middle? What do you think about the Series S optimization issues if you're playing on a Series S? Are you waiting for it to come out on PC, or are you waiting for all of your favorite gamers and streamers to put out their opinion on the game? Like I said, I know I'm a little late to the party. Everyone's kind of already released theirs. I wanted to wait until the first update for the Series S and their optimization fixes to see how I felt. We're not there yet on the Series S, but it did get better with both optimization problems that they fixed. It got better. It's not on par with the Series X. That's just unfortunate what it is. You turn off the mirror, it's great. 60 frames locked, great time. You have the mirror on, or you're in the second cockpit cam where you're a little further back and you have the mirrors in view. It's a little bit of a struggle, but I also do like the closer to the dash cockpit cam, so my um my performance doesn't drop as bad unless I'm at plate tracks. So I think that they're doing a good job. I think that they are. And I think that at the rate that they're posting patches for everybody, I think that iRacing is taking it very seriously, which is a breath of fresh air compared to what the older NASCAR games were. I think that we got a winner here. I think that this is a very, very, very solid base to build off of. I think that, on PC, moddable, maybe. That would be super cool. Um, yeah, I think that there's a lot of things that could be done with this franchise, and I think that they could really build a really deep career mode. I think that year two, a league section online would be really great. Would be really great. It'd be really, really helpful. Um, and just a little bit of a better optimization system when it comes to online. The skill rating is a good idea. Um, I feel like if you allow people to enable it as a hard block, just kind of like what iRacing is with their iRating, that way, if you want to get into a good lobby where you shouldn't get wrecked and you want to limit it to like A+ drivers, you should be able to do that. Um, but yeah, I think that so far it's been a great experience for me, even with the optimization issues on the Series S. I've loved playing it. But like I said, I want to hear your comments down below. Let me know what you guys are thinking about NASCAR 25 so far. Let me know what you want to see the developers push for this game. Do you love it? Do you hate it? Make sure you leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and ladies and gentlemen, we will catch you all in the next one.